from Bella Speaks, coming to just create a short video about something that it is so important for every single human being, and that is healing. And the idea that it is extremely important for us to recognize at some point in our lives that in order for us to be able to get to our next level and to truly become the highest and greatest expression of ourselves, we have to heal. We have to heal from trauma. We have to heal from, post-traumatic syndrome, from maybe certain experiences that you've been through in the past that have hindered you and that are trapped in your subconscious mind, that are affecting you on a daily basis and that you may be totally unaware of. And this principle is so important for me because I recognize that every time that I am leveling up, or every time that I'm getting to my next level, I am actually called to look back within myself and be aware of what are the areas inside of me that I need to do the work in order to be able to heal. And I kind of wanted to talk about this because it is something that I recognize it is very important. A couple of the things that I wanted to bring light to is that in our society, we are not encouraged to heal. We are not called, and it's not something that people talk about. Hey, have you done your healing work? Or most people just live their lives day to day, not even understanding or recognizing that there are certain areas in their life that are affecting them and that are hindering them because there is work to do. So, because society does not really teach us that this is something that has to be tended to and this is an area that we have to pay attention to, most of us live our entire lives and we don't even know that there were certain things that we had to process and overcome and heal through in order for us to be able to become our highest expression of ourselves. And we are constantly encouraged to talk about the goodness of life and just to flaunt and to show when things are really good. But in our down moments, we are basically shunned and said, well, nobody really talks about the pain. Nobody really talks about the trauma. Nobody really talks about the things that are hindering you and the things that are affecting you internally. And I've recognized that for me personally in my life, this is something that I have had to pay attention to and be aware of in the past in order for me to be able to truly grow and to truly transcend to my next level. And sometimes it's really hard. Here's the thing about healing, right? If you don't do the work, okay, you're not going to grow. But when you do the work, it is important to remember that it is going to be painful. A lot of the times and a lot of the life lessons that I've learned in my life in the past have actually taken me through a process, and that process has been extremely difficult, and it has been so challenging in order for me to really be able to look at myself and say, hey, this is an area that you need to tend to. For example, the love area where, this romantic idea that we have of, love and how love is supposed to be. And the truth of the fact is that because sometimes we carry trauma from past relationships and we carry the wrong mentality and the wrong programming from past relationships into our lives, and as we continue to live, it actually hinders us from really being able to experience the highest and the most exciting love and the most exciting relationships, simply because we are not healing and we are not recognizing what are the areas in that particular, what are the things in that particular area that are necessary in order for us to be able to experience that. And just like in the love areas, there's many areas that we have trauma, that we have, maybe our childhood or maybe our parents, things that we carry our entire lives, and we don't even recognize that we are carrying these burdens because we are not taught to look within ourselves and really understand what are the areas that need healing. So a couple of the things that I wanted to recommend when it comes to healing, when you come to that place within yourself that you say, listen, I have to heal. I have to get past this. I want to become better and greater. And I am not afraid to look back within myself, and I'm not afraid to look at my life and see where are the areas that I need to work. So one of the first thing is that remember, it is going to be painful. Healing, it is very difficult, it is very challenging, but when you are able to get past that pain and you are able to get past that time where you allow the emotions to come through, where you look at the emotions and you look at the trauma, you look at it in the face and you say, you know what, this is something that has been affecting me. It's going to really, it's going to kill you inside sometimes. And once you get past that though, the pain actually becomes in beauty and the growth comes after that. So first of all, don't be afraid to go through the pain of healing. It is necessary. You will never heal and not feel that pain. Okay, so that is one of the things that I wanted to point out in when you are doing the healing work. And there is this quote that I heard a while back, and basically this quote says, "Feelings buried alive never die." And just because you are in denial that you have this pain that you're carrying, and because you tell yourself, oh, you know, I'm good, I don't really have anything to heal through, I'm totally fine, I feel great, it does not mean that the feelings are not there, and it does not mean that it is not affecting you in a way that it's probably hindering you to be able to recognize things about yourself and really becoming the best version of yourself. One of the things that helps me personally heal and really recognize what are the areas that I need to pay attention to are my feelings. And you know, there are times where I am, you know, I'm totally fine and I am in a situation and I begin to feel emotion and I begin to feel all these feelings come up. And before, I used to simply say, oh, well, you know, I'm just being emotional, you know, or it's this person's fault, or, you know, this, I'm simply experiencing this because, you know, whatever reason. But I have come to realize that when you are healing and when you are aware of yourself and your emotions actually come to help you realize what are those areas that you have to pay attention to. So just like I was mentioning the love area, if you feel like you are dealing with a new person and there are certain little triggers and things that are arising these emotions in you, if you take a look back at yourself and if you do some self-reflection and you are aware of your internal body and your internal feelings, most likely those feelings are leading you to pay attention back and say, hey, there is something in this area that you need to work on. Why are you feeling like this? Why are you truly upset? A lot of the times we become upset about things that have nothing to do with someone else and everything to do with us. So being aware and self-reflection are extremely important. Be real with yourself. Be real with yourself about how you feel. Be real with yourself about the things that are guiding you and your intuition and the guidance that is given to you in order for you to be able to continue the growth process and to continue to be better every single day. And so that is a few of the things that help me identify where to go and what are the areas that need help and what are the areas that I need healing through. So I just want to encourage you guys to, you know, look up videos, educate yourself about healing, really take the time and be deliberate with your life, be intentional, because you can literally live an entire life and never surpass and never get better because you're denying yourself of the ability to process emotions. Do not allow yourself to be concrete operating through life where you're just emotional so you react. We become so reactive to everything. But when you take the moment to self-reflect and really identify what is it inside you that you need to work through, you're able to become this greater person and you become much more in touch with your inner child, and you are also able to live life to a higher vibration, and you're able to experience life in a much more beautiful way. The healing is tough, but it's necessary. So I want to encourage you, for you guys to, you know, go back within yourself and try to figure out what it is in your life that needs attention, what it is in your life that you need to work through and process and grow through. You know, experiences and lessons, they come in life to help you grow and help you become better. And I just want to say this one last thing. Remember that in life, no one is your friend and no one is your enemy. Everyone is your teacher. Every experience that you have in your life, both positive and negative, come to teach you something. So even in a bad situation, take a step back and say, okay, even if it was not your fault, even if you were quote unquote the victim in that particular scenario, that lesson and that experience came to teach you something. So make sure that you take the time to pause and say, okay, what am I supposed to learn from this? And be real. Be real with yourself. Don't fool yourself about where you are. Don't fool yourself about your internal state. But give yourself love and give yourself the opportunity to be great. I love you guys. I send you my love. And I hope that this video was useful to you.